So I think one of the more creative political moves over the last 12 months has been Governor Greg Abbott and DeSantis shipping out illegal immigrants to blue sanctuary cities because the Biden administration is refusing to do anything about the current immigration crisis. Now, the Daily Caller went out and interviewed people both in Texas and New York, and the difference in responses is literally amazing. We're gonna be jumping through that video today, you guys, but before we do, welcome back to the channel. As always, I'm going to be shouting out the locals community, jamesklug.locals.com. Please hit that link down below. Go join. I'm trying to cancel proof this channel. It is free to join, and you're given the option of contributing as little as $5 per month if you want to help support us financially. Go out there, make more videos, all that great stuff. Greatly appreciate everyone that's already over there in the community. We have over 500 members. We're approaching 30 monthly supporters that are paying. Thank you guys so much. Go join today. Also, another quick shout out to After Hours with James Klug, a new channel, a car channel, launching May 7th. Do not miss it if you are into cars. We're going to be building them. We're going to be building them fast, and we're going to be breaking them. It's going to be a great time. Basically, look at it as a break from just the political chaos every single week. We're going to be dropping an episode every single week. Go join right now. Go subscribe. We have over 800 subscribers. After Hours with James Klug launching May 7th. Let's jump into this video. So what the Daily Caller did is they had Jorge Ventura out in Texas. He does a lot of the reporting and everything down at the southern border. They had him doing interviews, and they also have their own street interviewing Giga Chad doing interviews as well. Let's jump into it.
Texas is busing migrants coming from across the border into New York here. So what's your opinion on that?
In a city like this that's already overpopulated may not be a good choice. So maybe like in a less populated area or state.
But it is also super crowded, so I don't know if it'd be the best.
Populated. Yeah. So it could be an issue. The state
Yeah, it's not gonna work for us.
is already a populated state. Like, we have a bunch of people here, like it's already populated.
What do you think about
That's you know, it's actually not gonna work for our community. Even though we are a sanctuary city, we vote for this, we vote in these politicians that don't do anything about the southern border. We helped create the issue, but just put them somewhere else, please. Here's in Texas.
the governor of Texas busing migrants to the city of New York and DC? Now we're having these mayors start to complain and saying they're being overrun by the migrants. What's your thoughts on this whole situation?
Well, I think, the governor of Texas, finally, he's doing something good. It's been a problem for a while now since Biden got here. These liberal people down in New York, they're finally getting to see what we're getting out here.
Man, we've been dealing with it for a while down here in Texas. People down closer to the border as well, they've been dealing with it for a couple years now, all these
And you guys, I've talked to farmers with property along the southern border, and they just have human traffickers going through their property all the time. They have random people going through their property all the time. And it's not just that. Keep in mind, these human traffickers, these are people that work for cartels. A lot of these people are not good people. But also, as an American, don't you have a right to have your property respected and not just have people trampling through it every single day by the hundreds or thousands or whatever it may be? It's pretty interesting that they found people that were just like, look, it is out of control here. Something needs to be done.
migrants flowing in and just telling all those people from the north, all the liberals in the north in New York, F you, dude. F you, all right? This is what you get. Man, now you're getting...
Oh my gosh. Just saying it like it is. Honestly, could you imagine? I'm sure I have a handful of you guys watching that live in Texas or that even live along the southern border that are experiencing this. It's completely absurd. When it comes to hospitals or any community resources down at these southern border towns are completely overrun, whether it be hotels or whatever it may be. Even the facilities that are supposed to be housing the illegal immigrants at times overflow, and people are just hanging out on the street, hanging around, waiting for their flight to go to wherever they're going. They will experience the crisis if they just pick up every single one of them and bring them to these blue cities. You can split it up. You can split it up. Drop $1 million in New York and drop $1 million in Chicago or something like that. That should be fine. I'm sure they would be more than happy to have all these people in their cities. They can handle it. They can deal with it. They voted for it.
getting to experience what we were getting to experience for the past year.
Now what New York is doing is they're saying like, okay, we're full, like we know we can't handle this influx. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's like hypocritical of New York to do that?
I don't think it's necessarily hypocritical because it's not like they're saying, no, we don't want any immigrants, but the city is packed. They do have to protect the interests of the people who do live here already. At the same time, it is a balance.
God, it's just like some grade A hypocrisy from Texas. I do think it is pretty messed up of Texas to handle it like that.
Grade A hypocrisy. These people, they cannot hear themselves. They cannot hear themselves. You vote for this policy. This policy results in around, in total, including gotaways, FY22 was about 2.4 illegal immigrants coming into the southern border, or at least being apprehended at the southern border. You also have an additional 600,000 gotaways that they have record of, meaning an illegal immigrant doesn't want to get caught by Border Patrol and gets away. 600,000, that's 3 million. Okay, in 1 year, that is basically, that is a little bit more than 2 San Diegos coming across the southern border. But, you know, they it's hypocritical of them having an issue with that. But, you know, these people in New York, they can comfortably vote for those policies, and they just, as long as they just don't deal with it.
Then sending them back to where they came from, of course, but it's still kind of disappointing that they wouldn't just be willing to, you know, help them out in their own state.
I do when immigrants do come to America, though. So, but New York City, I don't know.
They shouldn't be complaining.
I can't believe he's getting this on film. Rewind really quick.
I do when immigrants do come to America, though. So, but New York City, I don't know.
They shouldn't be.
Oh my gosh. It's not even like I'm exaggerating when I'm talking, when I'm interpreting what they're saying or anything. They're just straight up saying it. Oh, well, not here, though. Not here. And by the way, we do allow legal immigrants to come into the country. It's always around, I mean, green cards, it's always around, you know, 1 million a year. Maybe less, maybe more some years.
New York should not be complaining. They invited them. They told them, you're welcome here. We are a sanctuary city. They have plenty of resources. It's our taxpayers' money. It's time that the other states take responsibility too. We're all one nation.
Base Mama Bear right there. It's interesting, the responses when your community is dealing with tens of thousands of people coming across the southern border near your community. You know, we're not just talking about the whole southern border. We're talking about in your community when you're dealing with that every single day. You know, these people at the southern border, they pay taxes too. These people in these communities, they pay taxes too. And the fact that their resources are being strained by tens of thousands of illegal immigrants coming across, that's not fair to them. That's a proper response from that lady right there. Absolute proper response. Base Mama Bear.
I mean, what's your thoughts that, you know, these mayors are the types to say, hey, we're sanctuary cities. We welcome these migrants with open arms, and now they're saying that they're finally being overrun. What are your thoughts on that? That they're finally seeing the issues that Texans are finally seeing.
You know, we're small towns. I said that already. They're bigger cities, you know, and they have all this stuff, and they're already complaining. But this has been going on for months. Now they get to see how we feel.
Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. They want to be generous. But they want to be generous with someone else's money.
They actually don't care. All they care is about like this woke narrative. You know, they just want to be part of something that's helping out people. But when it actually comes to actually, you know, going in, being in their cities, they don't want it. They don't want these people there.
It seems so petty. And like it's just sort of ignoring the humanity of people that are coming over here to a bad situation from something that's probably much worse. And it's just such a f***ing disgrace that we can't get together and try to help in a way that's healthy for everybody.
I think that's a bit.
That guy's, he's really given some winning points there, huh? We need to come together. We need to be helping, but also at the same time, I don't want them sent here. Somebody else has to deal with it.
Unreasonable. Texas is a bit extreme in general as a state.
I love to see it. I love to see him out of Texas. Like, I love to see other people or other officials kind of getting a taste of their own medicine. You know, we've been putting up with it for too long, you know, paying tax money, or, you know, just kind of like, you know, contributing to basically like their own mess. And it's time for them to, you know, handle their own mess.
I'm gonna give a hot take right here. I mean, I would even be in favor of sending every single one to a sanctuary city, because those people have asked for it. Those people have voted for it. So why not just take all of them? Literally every single one. I don't care what it costs to get them there. Every single one, I would support that. Just to clarify as well, a reason why they've been doing this. A reason why is because it's a federal issue. It's the issue with the federal government. They don't have the authority. These governors do not have the authority to deport out of country.
All of the Texas border is littered with clothes, with bottles. These people are dirty. When they're at the shelters, they have restrooms, but do they defecate in the restrooms? No, they defecate wherever they want. We need to share. We need to share this problem, because we have been having this problem all along the Texas border. And it's time that the other states begin to realize what is going on and how maybe to help us so that we can stop this.
Base Mama Bear has had enough. Yeah, it's a lot of people just think it's just people casually coming across, and a lot of these people, they mean well. A lot of them mean well, but also a lot of them bring problems across. A lot of them they're increasing their chances of coming across the southern border by renting children that the cartels use to help people get across, because you have a higher chance of being, accepted and brought through if you're a family structure. Once the children successfully get adults across, they go back to the southern border and do the same thing. There are horrifying things happening at the southern border. And it's important to note that this is a business for the cartels, and business is booming. Former CBP commissioner recently stated that the annual income for the cartels at the southern border has gone from $500 million to $13 billion. These people at the southern border are more aware of this than anyone in the country, so they're more than happy to share it.
They dug their own hole, and now they're crying about it. But us in Texas had to deal with it. A state is a state, land is land, So it's like, they could be here, why can't they be there? So it's like, they're gonna take our resources, our hotels, our food and stuff. Why can't they do it there? The liberals are all fucking tripping.
Well said. It's really interesting to see the difference between two groups of people that are being impacted by a crisis, and people that are as far away and as disconnected from it as possible. They're just saying, oh, don't worry about it. It's totally fine. They're just a couple people looking to come across. FY22, I think in total, about 3 million people crossed the southern border illegally, including gotaways, about 3 million. So within the last 2 years of Biden's administration, just FY21 and FY22, you're looking at about 5 to 6 million illegals crossing the southern border. But hey, folks in New York, they're hanging out. Just please do not send them up there. A lot of people, I've even done videos on this topic, obviously, and a lot of people will respond basically saying that they don't like the idea of sending illegal immigrants to these blue cities because they just don't have the resources. Well, almost every other month, we're seeing the migrant overflow facilities overflown and migrants sleeping on the ground in poor border towns. And that's supposed to be better? Anyways, you guys, Daily Caller did a fantastic job on this video. Huge shout out to Jorge Ventura, my buddy Jorge Ventura. Also shout out to the Giga Chad working over at Daily Caller. I actually totally forgot his name. I have talked to him before. Really nice guy. I'll put social media links to both their channels, as well as to the a link to the full video down in the description below. But you guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe for more videos if you're not subscribed already, and I will catch you guys in the next video.